The basic AJH Synth MiniMod voice is now available as a complete system incorporated into a NiftyKeyz Eurorack case and controller, along with a couple of additional and incredibly useful modules. This complete system provides the equivalent of a Minimoog, but in a Eurorack modular format. In addition to housing 112 HP of modules, the controller also features an Arpeggiator with various different modes, a built-in LFO, pitch bend and modulation wheels, basic polyphonic control of up to 4 voices, and a range of additional settings that can be turned on and off in conjunction with the function button. For our own exclusive package of the NiftyKeyz, we added custom American black walnut end cheeks, which are significantly thicker and give the complete system a bit more of a vintage look. In addition to the classic configuration of 3 VCOs and transistor ladder filter, the system also comes with the Ring SM, which is a 5-channel Moog CP3 style mixer featuring a 3-input ring modulator and 2 sub-bass generators. And finally, the tap tempo voltage controlled LFO, which is a very complex modulation source where every function can be controlled by an external CV. Here are some sounds created with just this system on its own.